A very good morning to you. Friday, the 1st of May, new month, very nice. Hopefully the start of a nice summer here in the UK. Wouldn't count on it. Well, I'm back from the Emerald Isle. What a great 3 days it's been. Very, very busy. Always is, of course, when you go somewhere and for a short period of time and you try to cram so much in to that short period of time. But a great time was had. Never been to a gay wedding before, have to say. Absolutely fantastic. Lovely service, two great guys. My partner's brother was one, and obviously his fiancée. Is that what the gay guys call it? I hope so. It'd be quite nice. Got married, and it was a lovely day, an absolutely great service. Far better than anything I've seen in a church, to be honest. Not quite as solemn, and it certainly didn't go on as quick. But anyway, back to the UK. A little bit of a rant, I think. I kind of hope you're all going to agree with this. I obviously live in Manchester here in the UK. Yesterday coming back, it took near enough exactly 35 minutes to fly from Dublin International to Manchester International, and yet it took me 2 hours to drive what is essentially, as the crow flies, about 6 miles to get to my front door. What is it about? I was going to say air travel, but not air travel, airports. Let me say at this point, if anybody's watching this and they are part of the security services or customs and excise or the police or whoever, I understand that you have procedures. Excuse me. Quite rightly. You don't want idiots getting on a plane with weapons or bomb-making materials. And that's fine. That's not a problem at all. Now, the problem the point of view I'm coming from is, you line up to check in, and Aer Lingus, the international Irish carrier, I think at Dublin Airport had, excuse me, 8 desks, I think, at Dublin yesterday, and 4 of them were manned. And there was a queue of, I would wager, about 150 people. Now, I appreciate they're not all individuals. There were some families there. So let's be conservative and say that it was 70 parties booking in. You would think when you had a line of people like that, all your desks would be manned. But no, it seems to me that airlines, very much like banks and post offices, when the only time you can go is your lunch hour, and we were flying, at 2:15 p.m. yesterday, so we had to be there, of course, prior to 1 p.m. It seems that they let their staff go to lunch at lunchtime. Anyway. So then, of course, you get through, and then you try your best not to take anything that could cause a problem at security. But oh no, that's not good enough at all. Because my skeleton is a little bit out of kilter, I have metal plates on the base of the heels of my shoes to level me up. So I was walking through the metal detector. Now, here's another thing. I'll go on to this in a minute. I was walking through the metal detector, of course, and all the alarms went off. So, of course, at that point, I had to take my shoes off, and then I got patted down and so on and so forth, and by a customs officer, and we discovered it was the tiny little metal plates on the bottom of my shoes. Now, I know they can't take a risk, but that's fine. But the other way, going to Ireland through Manchester, nothing at all. I walked through, no alarm, no search, nothing at all. Now, you would think there would be some form of uniformity. Yes? At airports, I don't know. Security is security after all. So you got all that faffing around, of course, and then this thing that you've got to be, for a domestic flight, which is obviously classed from the UK to Ireland, because it's only a hop, skip and a jump, you've got to be there an hour. But any further than that, of course, into Europe or to North America, you've got to be there at least 2 hours. So they've then got this captive audience who are bored out of their skin. And of course, all you can do is look round the pricey shops and that kind of thing. And I just find it absolutely stunning. I find it amazing that we as passengers are put through that. Surely, with this kind of technology, I appreciate you can book in online. I appreciate that. But with this kind of technology, surely that there's another way these days of, especially if you're a young family and you know there's you and your wife and you've got a couple of kids, one may be 2, one may be 5, something like that. Expecting the kids to be good through all this palaver just escapes me. It really does. There must be a better way. But it did amaze me that I can fly from one country in 35, 37 minutes and land in another country, and yet it took me an hour to get from the terminal where I collected my bags to picking my car up. It took me an hour, and then it took me slightly over an hour to drive from the airport to my front door. I find that stunning. I was outraged, I was tired, as you always are. You're herded into the aircraft, there's not a lot of space, and so on and so forth. But in this world, I appreciate there's more and more cars on the road, but the time that it took nearly 3 times as long for me to actually get home than it did for me to fly from Ireland to Britain. How is that possible? Let me know what your thoughts are. If you've done any of the old air travel recently and you've had any poor experiences, please let me know. But I'm home now. I am suffering greatly. All basically I've done is walk around, carry baggage, and party for 2 days with the Irish. And they know how to party, trust me. We had a great time. It was lovely to see everybody. I am, as an Englishman, was apprehensive about the welcome I would get initially. Fortunately for me, I am quite easy to get along with, and I was welcomed in to the family in Ireland, which was lovely. We did have, however, and you may have seen a film about this recently. I never watched it because I'm not particularly keen on this guy's humour, but The Wedding Crashers, I think it was called, with Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn. We had a wedding crasher, a gay wedding crasher, and that's not, the wedding crasher was gay, the wedding was a gay, you know what I mean, don't you? And he said that he was the president of the Law Society in Ireland, because we were having the reception in the same building where they got married, which was the Law Centre in Dublin. But this guy crashed, and it was found out fairly quickly that he wasn't known to anybody, and he'd come in and sat himself down and was chatting up a couple of women. But he was, how can we say, asked to leave. I think that's a good way of putting it. But it was a lovely day. I would, as I think I said on one of my previous videos from Ireland, if you have the chance to go to Dublin, try hard not just to hit the tourist areas, things like Temple Bar, although that's where all the tourists go, because there are loads of bars, great prices, great measures, and you will have a good time. But try to see a little bit of the city, a very interesting place. A lot of history there. The English obviously have a great amount of history in Ireland, quite a lot of it negative, of course. But a very interesting place, a nice shopping street called O'Connell Street, which is the main street that goes through the centre of Dublin, and Henry Street that is a cross. So you've got O'Connell Street going this way, as it were, and Henry Street going across that way. So a great number of fine jewellers. I wasn't there long enough to have a look at any watches, sadly. I did have a look in Dublin Airport, and the best they had to offer, listen, to somebody like me, bloody Hamilton. And then the one down from that, Tissot. I mean, really? Come on, Dublin Airport, you can do better than that, surely. So, I thought I'd just put up a short video today. I had a great time, back. More to come in the next couple of days. But as I say, I'm going to take today to recover because I'm broken. To tell you the truth, I'm broken. My hips are gone. My back, where my injury is saying, what do you think you're doing? All you've done is walk for 2 days. So, I don't think I'll make another video today. I doubt it. I might. Who knows? But I will make one tomorrow. It's lovely to be back. It's lovely to be chatting to you again. As I say, if you've had any horrendous airport experiences, drop me a line. Let me know. Please let me know I'm not on my own. And if it is only me, how can I change it? Let me know. So, lovely to be back in England. Had a great time. Nice to be speaking to you again. And I'll speak to you again soon. Bye bye.